You had a rough time, did you not, with Johnny Carson?
I did.
Because he made fun of you too much?
I called his agents. I called his manager. I called his attorney.
Here he is, friends. He got his suit back just in time. And no matter what happens in his life, he gets absolutely no respect.
Johnny Carson banned these guests from The Tonight Show. He was the undisputed king of late-night television, the man millions trusted to end their day with laughter, wit, and a touch of unpredictability. Johnny Carson ruled the airwaves for 3 decades, and during that reign, his studio became a stage where legends were made. But not everyone left that stage a star. Some left in disgrace and never came back. Behind the affable smile and razor-sharp monologues was a man who valued control. Carson wasn't just the host, he was the gatekeeper. And when a guest disrupted the flow, disrespected the format, or outright embarrassed him, they found themselves permanently erased from the most prestigious show in television. Here are 7 infamous guests who pushed too far and got banned for life. Number 1. The Vegas showman who threatened Carson. It started with a lighthearted jab. Carson made a joke on air about a crooner's perfectly sculpted hair, quipping that Las Vegas had upgraded stage lights just to keep his follicles photosynthesizing. The audience loved it, but behind the scenes, the singer did not. He had just spent a fortune buying and revamping a major Vegas hotel. His image was part of his business. Every wrinkle and follicle mattered. So when he saw the segment, he didn't laugh. He boiled. Then he flew to Los Angeles. Without an invitation, he walked into NBC's Burbank studios during a taping day in 1980. Wearing an open silk shirt and a glare that could melt glass, he stormed through security and right into Carson's office. "These jokes about me stop now," he barked, "or I'll stop them myself." Carson didn't raise his voice. He raised the phone. Within minutes, security had new orders. This man was never to set foot in the building again. Carson didn't issue a public statement, but internally, the word was out. This wasn't just a ban. It was exile. That singer's name vanished from every booking list moving forward. As Carson reportedly told his staff, "No one threatens me in my own house." Number 2. The psychic who couldn't perform without tricks. In the early 70s, spoon-bending and supernatural claims were media gold. One self-proclaimed psychic was riding that wave, claiming he could manipulate objects with nothing but the power of his mind. Millions believed him. Johnny Carson didn't. A former magician himself, Carson had a deep disdain for charlatans who masqueraded as the real deal. So when this psychic was invited to the show in 1973, Carson laid a trap. He called up skeptic James Randi and asked him to prepare sealed props, cutlery, envelopes, film canisters, all locked down and untouched by the guest. The psychic arrived, cameras rolled, and Carson cheerfully said, "Let's see what you can do." What followed was a slow-motion disaster. The psychic hesitated. He rubbed his temples. He complained of feeling weak. Nothing bent. No visions emerged. Carson smiled patiently and delivered a line that crushed any hope of redemption. "Take all the time you need in your next life." The audience roared. The guest blushed crimson. And that was the last time he ever appeared on Carson's stage. The message was loud and clear. If you fake it, don't expect a second chance. Number 3. The comedian who got too comfortable. In the late 70s, one comic skyrocketed to fame on Saturday Night Live. He was sharp, edgy, and box office gold. His first appearance on Carson's show went well. His second, a disaster. He swaggered onto the set, tossed out numbers about his latest film's earnings, then gestured to Carson's desk and smirked, "Nice little setup you got here." The air went cold. Carson, ever the professional, kept the segment moving, but the comedian wouldn't stop. He claimed the guest chair like he owned it, veered off topic, and even suggested he could out-host Carson. When cameras cut to commercial, he joked that NBC could call him if they wanted someone fresher in the 11:30 slot. Carson said nothing, but he didn't forget. After the show, he turned to his executive producer and declared, "That kid's finished here." He meant it. Despite a thriving career, that comedian never returned to Carson's stage. And when he launched his own late-night show years later, Carson stayed silent. No endorsement, no advice, just Silence. Number 4. The legend who turned interviews into infomercials. Some guests brought charm, others brought ratings. This particular comedy icon brought cue cards. Carson once admired him, but over time, each appearance became more scripted than the last. The guest's team would deliver binders in advance. Lists of jokes, preferred questions, even camera angles for optimal product placement. Carson played along at first, but he thrived on spontaneity. And this guest, he read every punchline like a teleprompter robot. One segment featured 3 mentions of a gas station brand in under 10 minutes. Carson fumed. "Enough," he told producers afterward. "We're not running commercials disguised as interviews." NBC resisted. This guest brought in millions, but Carson didn't bluff. He threatened to walk. The network relented. From then on, the cue cards stopped coming, because their owner never did. Number 5. The actor who gave lectures, not laughs. When this award-winning star joined Carson on the couch, viewers expected a few stories and a plug for his latest film. Instead, they got a university seminar. Ask him about filming injuries? He'd start with Aristotle, drift through childhood tales, and circle back 10 minutes later. The audience checked out. The band checked their watches. Carson, ever gracious, endured the rambling. Until one night, the actor hijacked the show for a 15-minute monologue about the Second Amendment. "He thinks he's hosting a policy forum," Carson said backstage. "This isn't educational television, it's entertainment." The decision was made. No more bookings, no more lectures, and no more falling ratings. Number 6. The loose cannon who broke more than rules. He was chaos in a tuxedo, an insult comic who spared no one, not even Carson himself. Fans loved the danger. Producers dreaded it. But the real tipping point came in 1976. While filling in as guest host, he picked up Carson's beloved wooden cigarette box, a sentimental gift from a crew member, and smashed it during a riff. Carson, returning the next night, turned the incident into a bit. He marched onto the set of the comic's own show and shouted, "You broke my box." It got laughs, but the damage was real. Off camera, the comic ignored timing cues, made inappropriate jokes, and even mocked audience members' appearances. One tasteless gag about a woman's weight sparked hundreds of complaint letters. "He's funny," Carson admitted, "but he's dangerous." The door closed. For good. Number 7. The kind-hearted guest who killed the pace. When a beloved children's show host came to visit, everyone expected warmth. They got that, and a complete train wreck. From the moment he walked on stage, the tempo dropped to a crawl. His soft voice and long pauses, perfect for toddlers, clashed horribly with the fast-paced format of late-night TV. Carson tried his best. He cracked jokes. He even showed off his shoes in tribute, but nothing landed. Camera crews panicked. Cue card operators scrambled. Viewers changed the channel. After the show, Carson sighed. "He's a saint," he said, "but saints don't work at midnight." The ban wasn't out of anger. It was out of mercy, for the show and for the guest. These weren't just personality clashes, they were breaking points. For Carson, The Tonight Show wasn't just a platform. It was a finely tuned machine. And if someone threw off the rhythm, no matter how famous or beloved, they were done. He didn't shout. He didn't tweet. He just closed the door. And in doing so, he protected the very thing that made his show great. The balance between chaos and control, spontaneity and structure. A balance that only Carson could master. That's the secret to being a great host. Not just knowing how to welcome guests, but knowing when to say goodbye. 7 guests, 7 bands, 1 legendary legacy. See you on the next video.